So in the first part of this lesson, we will focus on implementing file uploads. Now this process will work like this. A user will upload an image to an S3 bucket. Then S3 bucket will generate an event that a file was uploaded and will send this event to a Lambda function. A Lambda function will send a notification via WebSockets using API gateway, and other users of our application will be notified that a new image had just been uploaded. In our application, we will store all images in S3. But how are we going to upload images to S3? Well, we have several options. If we were using a classical approach, we would probably have a number of EC2 instances that together will form a file upload service. And those instances will be in an autoscaling group, so their number could be increased or decreased depending on current load. Now, a user would interact with this service probably through a load balancer, and those instances will upload files sent to them to S3. Well, this would be a traditional approach, of course. Now, but the problems with this approach is that we need to set up infrastructure with EC2 instances. And this is exactly the problem that serverless is trying to solve. Well, the other approach that we could use is to replace those EC2 instances with Lambda functions. So instead of sending requests to EC2 instances, they will be sent to API gateway that will send an event to AWS Lambda function, and this Lambda function will read a file from an event and will upload a file to an S3 bucket. That, of course, is a serverless approach, and the benefit of it is that we don't need to manage our own infrastructure, but it has one problem. The problem is that Lambda events can only contain up to 6 megabytes in size. And what if we want to implement an image sharing application that allows to share large files? Or what if you just want to allow your users to upload large files? Well, in this case, this won't work. And the second problem is that we need to pay for Lambda invocation time. So while a file is being copied from an event to S3, we need to pay for this Lambda execution time.